Russia 2018, 7 Jesus, wallahi, 7 Jesus.
It is match day in Austria as the Super Eagles get set to devour the indomitable Lions of Cameroon in an international friendly later today, and we are hoping that the Super Eagles they'll be able to extend the unbeaten streak against Cameroon, and we also hope that they will also be able to get something out of this game despite the withdrawals of some big players. Okay, we'll be telling you how it's going to be later today. Then the previous matches that they've played, how they performed, and this, some of the players that we'll be looking forward to that we ensure that they perform in order for them to get more colors from the Super Eagles technical officer. We'll also be looking at a couple of them today. We'll be listening to the technical officer, Genetro, on his take on the match today, as well as the captain, William Trustekong, who is also talking tough and also believing that the Super Eagles will do very well against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Okay, and not just the Super Eagles that are missing some players, but the Lions are also missing some players. I will be telling you the players that will not be able to play in that game today. We had some friendlies in Europe yesterday. We'll be giving you the results of the matches that we played yesterday. For Belgium, well, they are the best in the world, but yesterday they were ahead by Greece to a 1-0 draw. So we're looking at other results and the fixtures to expect today. Then we also hear that Alison Becker is set for contract talks on the goalkeeper's Anfield return. For Ronald Koeman, it has been confirmed, because we told you yesterday, that he will be staying at Camp Nou. In basketball, so painful that LeBron James did his best, but it was not good enough as crash out of the NBA playoff series. He has no thanks to the injury to Anthony Davis. It's really cost them. Then in tennis, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, they are true, as well as Rafael Nadal. These are many more will come on your way this morning on the show that we call Sports Fiesta, and it's live on 92.7 KBFM down here in Benin City. My name is Ewusa. I'm the kind of sports maestro. I've got Salihu Ibrahim, the Black and Brown Sports, with me this morning, and CJ the maestro as well. We're gonna make your next 50 minutes or thereabouts a fantastic one, despite the fact that he trained dogs, cats and dogs this morning in some parts of the state. Guys, good morning. Let's begin from Austria, and it's a match day, and the guys are ready. We've got 21 Eagles who are ready to fly over the indomitable Lions of Cameroon later today. It's going to be a double-header, but today they are going to have the first one before Tuesday. So what are we expecting? Though we've had good displays against the Cameroonians, in the previous past since they're going to track him on board. They are looking forward to extending that unbeaten run. So this show, the Eagles that we've got today, they are ready to soar.
We expect a couple of things from Coach Genotro. First of all, we're of course expecting to give those players who have not been playing regularly for the Super Eagles in the past, we're expecting to give them a chance to start. We're also expecting to try out one or two new things here and there in terms of maybe trying a new formation, because a lot of Nigerians have come out to criticize Coach Genotro over and over again over his rigidity in terms of coaching, not being able to tweak his tactics, being too predictable. So we hopefully will see him later today try out a new formation. Maybe probably for the first time in a long time, we would like to see him surprise us with his lineup. Hopefully we're able to see 6 or 7 new players who've not been playing as much as possible for the Super Eagles, come in and then of course try and do one or two things. We're also very much hopefully for the players on their own part. I'm sure they will be looking at this very game as a lifetime opportunity. Whoever gets a flop in this one may not have a second chance again. That's just the way the national team is. Sometimes or most times you have just one opportunity to show the coach what you're able to do on the international stage. If you're not able to take that very opportunity, it will be very difficult for you. So for Coach Genotro, he has got it all to do. This very much presents another opportunity for the Super Eagles to continue the unbeaten run against Cameroon under Coach Genotro. So we of course very much expect that run to continue. Like you rightly mentioned during your intro, you said that the Cameroonians, in as much as we are also missing a couple of our star players, the Cameroonian national team will also be missing some key players as well. So it's more like a balanced one now. So let's see how these boys are able to make Nigeria proud. Hopefully 8:30 p.m. will be kickoff time for that very one.
Well, Nigeria versus Cameroon is always an interesting affair, and I don't care the nomenclature the match carries. Friendly, it's a friendly only in name. And when you have great rivals taking to the pitch against each other, there is nothing friendly about the encounter. I can assure you that it is going to be as competitive as ever whenever we meet Cameroon, whether at under 20, under 17, or the senior level, under 23 level. Even with the women's national team, it's always something big. We do not want to lose to them. Surprisingly, when you look at the stats, the head-to-head between Nigeria and Cameroon, it's like a dominance for Nigeria. But when you look at the times that the Cameroonians have picked to beat Nigeria, they were very painful losses for the country. The first time that they ever beat us was in 1984, and it was in the final of the Africa Cup of Nations in 1984. Theophilus Abega, Roger Miller, and the rest. They beat us 3-1 in that final. The second time that they would beat Nigeria was in 1988. That was also in the final of the Africa Cup of Nations. They beat us 1 in Emmanuel Kunde scoring that penalty, and of course Roger Miller, Thomas Nkono, and others were in that team as well. And then the next defeat to Cameroon was in 1989. What was that competition? It was the qualifiers for the USA 94 Africa World Cup. Italian 90 World Cup. And that was the first match of Clemens Westerhoff, for Nigeria. And unfortunately, we lost that match 1-0 in Yaoundé. Francois Obanbik, the header was like a shot, and goalkeeper had no answer to that. So, you see, very crucial and painful defeat. A defeat that stopped us from going to the World Cup for the first time. And then the last time they beat us was in 2000. What was the competition? Ghana, Nigeria, 2000. And the final again. So in 3 finals at the African Cup of Nations, they've beaten us. And also, they beat us in the last stage to qualify for the World Cup. So they deprived us of 3 African Cup of Nations. We have 3. So if we won those other 3, we'll have been second only to Egypt because they have 7. So Cameroon have really cost Nigeria dearly when it comes to football. But when you compare it, the head-to-head, Nigeria has actually won 12 matches, while Cameroon has won 4, and there have been 7 draws. And since they beat us in the year 2000, Nigeria has dominated. We've won 5 matches that we've played with them and drawn 1. The draw was in the 2018 World Cup qualifier when we played a 1-0 draw in Cameroon. Honestly, that match, I felt that the referee just decided, okay, Cameroon have been eliminated, let them have something. Otherwise, we should have won the match. It was a penalty that they gave to them, with which they got that equalizer. And then last time we beat them in the African Cup of Nations in 2019, 3-2. So we seem to have found an antidote for the Cameroonian poison. We know how to take care of them, but unfortunately, we will never forget those defeats that we suffered at their hands. The time that we beat them in the African Cup of Nations that we will say we deprived them of anything was in the 2004 African Cup of Nations when Austin J.J. Okocha and John Utaka got those goals that enabled us to beat them 2-1 at the quarterfinals. But then we didn't even go on to win it. We lost in the semi-final to the eventual champions, Tunisia. So today, I'm sure the Cameroonians will remember that they have not beaten Nigeria since the year 2000, and they will want to go all out for this one. 2 matches. So we'll see what happens. I hope that at the end of these games, the Super Eagles will still stand proud and say, well, you've not beaten us since 2000. And even that defeat in 2000, with the benefit of goal line technology and VAR today, those goals, even the goal that I think it was Patrick Mboma that is scored, it should have been offside. The penalty that Victor Ekpeba scored should have been a goal. The one that Ali Mbuka saved off Kanu Nwankwo should have been replayed because Mbuka was like 3 paces out of his line. It will not happen today because with VAR, one of your feet must be on the line, which didn't. Even then, it was not acceptable for a goalkeeper to take a couple of steps off, but the referee was not looking at the goalkeeper, and that's how he was able to save Kanu Nwankwo's penalty. And the one that Ikpeba played was a legitimate goal, but we were denied that. So I think maybe it is that anger that has driven the Super Eagles to completely dominate the indomitable Lions of Cameroon since that match.
All right, that's what we are going to be having today. We hope that the rivalry continues in beautiful fashion, and with the caliber of players in camp, and especially the captain of the team is experienced enough to motivate these guys. He knows how to shine, in a tough moment. So let's hope that they'll get something good out of this game. But before we go on the first break on the show, let's quickly hear from the technical advisor, Ganotro, what he has to say ahead of the friendly against Cameroon, and also we'll be listening to William Troost Ekong. Then after that, we'll go on the break. Just take a listen.
Coach Ganotro, we are just 24 hours away from a game against Cameroon. One more training done today. How has it been so far, Coach?
Yeah, the training session was good. We have very good conditions to play football. The grass is wonderful and the weather is good. So good conditions for the game tomorrow night. We have Cameroon. It's one of the best teams in Africa. The 3 last games against Cameroon, we put them out of the World Cup and we put them out of the AFCON. So we want to take revenge, but we want also to win the game, to test some players. A lot of players are not here. You know them, more than 11 players could not come. But it's opportunity to see other players, to give them the chance to play and to get the result, I hope. There will be 2 games. This is the first leg. So let's try to do well with a good organization. We have now 2 possibilities, 4-3-3 or 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. We will see what we can test tomorrow and also for the second game.
And how's the response of the players been so far to the training and everything?
Yeah, the players are motivated. They want to do well. They did good training sessions. They're already happy to come together again. The last time was in March, end of March, when we had the 2 victories against the Benin and Lesotho. Now in June we will have the last preparation, and in the end of June the draw for the AFCON. And then September, October, November, World Cup qualifier. So this is the last preparation game for the World Cup. Very, very important. And all the players who are here want to do well and to show the best, to be in the 23 team for the World Cup.
And what would you say to Nigerians? A lot of fans will watch this via their screens. Some would have loved to witness one-on-one like we did in Lagos. What would you say to fans of the Super Eagles?
Yeah, we are far away from Nigeria. A lot of players were already in Nigeria, had to come back to Europe for this game. And so we could not play in Nigeria, unfortunately. But we have good conditions here, and yes, the players want to do well. They want to do a good match, to test themselves. The season is finished. It was a long year with the pandemic, not easy, with a lot of restrictions, and so we're happy to have a game here in good conditions.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Troost, training session done. The final one, at least before the game tomorrow against Cameroon. How's it been so far since you guys got to camp? You were number 1 man to get to camp.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I think we've got a lot of new faces in this camp, and all of us just want to make sure you have a good game to finish off the season. And yeah, it's good to see we have a great team spirit, and everyone's happy to be here.
So it's Cameroon again. You know the Cameroonians well enough. What should Nigerians expect against Cameroon tomorrow?
It's going to be a difficult game. I think we've played them a lot in the last couple of years, and they've always been a difficult opponent. So yeah, it's going to be a team also that wants to probably get revenge against us because we knocked them out of the World Cup, and also at the AFCON we did the same thing. So it's going to be a difficult game, and yeah, the boys are ready to have a good fight and also just enjoy the game and show ourselves, see what we can do, and like I said, make sure we finish the season on a high.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was technical advisor Ganotro, as well as the captain, vice captain rather, William Troost Ekong, who just helped Watford to gain promotion to the English Premier League, talking ahead of the game against Cameroon today. So as they are giving hope to Nigerians that this should be rest assured that they are going to give a good account of themselves. So we hope that definitely they will be able to do that and bring us some pride, despite the fact that it's an international friendly. All right, let's go on our first break on the show. This morning we'll come back. We'll talk more on football.
you know that following people without their consent is stalking and it's an offense? Don't be an offender. We give our consent for you to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at KUFM Nigeria, on Instagram at KUFM Nigeria, on Twitter at KUFM Nigeria. Check out the latest pictures and videos and catch breaking news, entertainment gist, trending issues and happenings on social media by following us at KUFM Nigeria across the various platforms. KUFM, turn on excitement.
Uncle Dentist, what can be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shey they use Comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth they cause most tooth pain will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
The place in the brighten, make everybody they wonder. Waiting because I'll be shining. Lush hair, long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. You wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
What is this? I thought I asked all of you to drop whatever you have outside there.
I'm sorry, sir. This is Fluco Day. I saw you coughing earlier, so I brought it out for you so you can take it.
Thanks for your kindness, but I'm smarter than that. You think I don't know that every drug that cures cough and catarrh causes drowsiness? So you want me to sleep, Abi?
This is what distinguishes Fluco Day. It does not cause drowsiness.
Nah, draw. I know this drug. It work well.
Let me try it. Manufactured by Horvit.
Marketed and distributed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor.
Time up. And you, I said what? Flu.
Fluco Day!
Available in pharmacy shops near you.
It's gotta be good, it's gotta be nourishing. Truly special, worth sharing. I've been bringing to my life. My Hollandia yogurt, nourishing goodness for every moment. Bringing out the best in me, yeah. My Hollandia yogurt, my Hollandia yogurt, yeah.
Hollandia yogurt, wholesome nourishment from your favorite brand.
Oh yes, Nasco quality cornflakes are so full of nourishing goodness because they are whole-flaked cornflakes. Whole-flaked cornflakes are made by a natural flaking process that retains all the natural goodness of the whole corn for whole nutrition, whole taste, and whole crunchiness for the whole family. So next time you're eating cornflakes, make sure it's whole-flaked Nasco cornflakes. Nasco cornflakes, nourishing goodness anytime.
Let the whole world see you flying high. Nigeria. Pride of Africa. There's a place where eagles fly every night and day.
Definitely, we expect the Eagles to fly over the indomitable Lions of Cameroon right there in Austria later tonight in an international friendly. One of the double headers, and the second one will come up on Tuesday at same venue. So we are hoping that the Eagles will do us proud. And before we went to the break, we told you what went down yesterday. The technical advisor as well as the vice captain of the team, spoke to reporters ahead of what to expect. And now we are back. Let's look at some of the players who might not be able to get a call up from the manager if they don't perform, give their 100% in that game today. Remember, one of them is Terence Murphy, who got 14 goals for Lorient in the French Ligue 1, despite having a tough season because they really struggled to remain in the top flight. But he was able to equal the long-time record set by the Prince of Monaco on Victor Gbeba way back, scoring 14 goals. But then I think he has been invited a couple of times, but it was always on a standby. But right now, he has been given a chance, though we've got other strikers up front, like Kelechi Iheanacho, he's already established. Then Peter Olayinka is one that we're also going to be taking a look at so that we know how the striking department will look like, because these guys have not been having regular playing time. Then we also have the likes of Osimhen missing, but gang striker Onachu is also looking up. So these are some of the players we're looking at. Terence Murphy, Samson Tijani, Valentine Ozowanfo, who many criticized for playing just 8 minutes in the Turkish Super League, and also he got invitation despite playing 8 minutes in the full season. Then Anthony Izochukwu, who also joined them to make the number to swear to 21 in camp. So these are some of the players we are going to be looking at for that. If they don't really impress in these two friendly matches, they might not have the opportunity to make the team once again.
I don't know why anybody will be blaming Valentine Ozowanfo. I mean, did he select himself? It was the coach that picked him. If a coach decides to invite a clubless player, you blame the player. It is the coach that you blame, just the way we did when we invited Ahmed Musa in the last matches. But now that Ahmed Musa is playing for Kano Pillars, nobody will say, well, Ahmed Musa does not have a club. Or you say, why will you invite a player from the Nigerian Professional Football League? Of course, we've been advocating for players from the MPFL to be given an opportunity to shine in the national team. But talking about these players, they're very good opportunity for them. But honestly, I don't even know the kind of strategy that Genetro will come up with. We have seen him invite some players, and yet he's stuck with the players that he has used in the past. And we're wondering, so what's the point of bringing these guys into the national team fold and you're not giving them the opportunity to play? How would you know whether they are actually good or not? So I hope that these couple of games that he has now, especially with many players missing, is going to give an opportunity to these guys so that we get to see them and access how good they are for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Some have argued that he's brought in too many new players into the team, because you cannot be on the job for 5 years, and up till now, I don't think anybody can conveniently say this is the Super Eagles first 11 of Genetro. With Clemens Westerhoff, for some time we knew to a reasonable extent those that would, maybe you may not get the first 11 right every time, but at least the first 15 or 16 you just knew. You knew that Austin Deji-Okocha, as talented as he was, you knew he wasn't really a first team player under Clemens Westerhoff, but you knew he will always be in the team, and there are times when he brings him on to devastating effect. Emmanuel Amunike, as good as he was, only played one game at the USA 94 Africa Cup of Nations, but it was the most important game of the tournament, and he got the two most important goals of that competition and won us the Africa Cup of Nations. But you knew that Amunike will always be in the team, but you didn't know the strategy Clemens Westerhoff was going to adopt. Will he play with two wingers, or he will play with just one wing? For almost the entire competition, he was playing basically on the right wing. Even Victor Ekpeba just played one match, a couple of minutes in that competition. Efan Ikoku only played a couple of minutes against Zaire, But you just knew, okay, these guys will be in the team. With Genetro, it's a bit difficult because there is so much tinkering going on and all of that. But I hope now that he's there for 5 years, going to the qualifiers for the World Cup and then the Africa Cup of Nations. I hope that we will see, we should be able to tell which is the first team of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Starting from today, maybe we will begin to see a reliable backup, because I think we know many of those guys that were unable to make it because of injuries or some other reasons. We know that they are part of the first team. So what we want is a situation where it doesn't matter if anybody doesn't have the opportunity to come, or anybody for whatever reason cannot come. Under Clemens Mensah, it was not a problem. And from the very first Africa Cup of Nations that we played under Westerhoff, that was all just 90. Stephen Keshi wasn't there. Samson Siasia wasn't there. The super players, the ones we call our national team, the first team players, most of them, more than 90%, were unable to make the Africa Cup of Nations in 1990. But it was absolutely not a problem. That's when we started seeing that Daniel Amokachi. That's when we started seeing Uche Okechukwu and so many other new players that came into that team. So that's what we want. Not that when players are unable to come, the coach starts complaining, people start complaining, we don't know this. Look, you should have at least 2 national teams. Clemens Mensah, I've always said, had at least 3. Even after those 3, there were still some other French players that he was invited, but you knew that even if anybody is not coming, it's not a problem. There will be somebody to step in. So that's the kind of team I want Genetro to build. I don't know whether it's even too late because he's been there for 5 years. By now, we should have had that team that even if one player is not available, the other one can just very easily step in. But honestly, if you look at that team, now the way it is now, every time Wilfred Ndidi doesn't play, we know that Wilfred Ndidi is not playing because the midfield is it's somehow, you need something. Our striking department, I think he's got so much talent there, but it depends on how well he sets up. Thank God Onuachu is beginning to find his feet. Yeah. The last 2 games he scored for Nigeria. I hope he's able to do that again today, because that has been his problem. He's not been consistent. He does well for his club, comes to the national team and he looks like an amateur, but the last 2 games he proved himself, so I hope he can continue on that run.
All right, quickly, let's tell you the players that are missing from the camp of the Indomitable Lions ahead of today's match right there in Austria. Shanghai Shenhua winger Christian Basogog, Jane Onana, Olivia Mbaizo, and goalkeeper Fabrice Ondoa. They have all dropped out of the team as a result of injuries. Remember, the season has been a very, very tough one, coupled with pandemic and so many things. So 24 players are currently at the team's training base in Sportsplatz, simmering in Vienna. So that's is what we can give you from the camp of the Indomitable Lions. Okay, before we continue, before we move abroad to look at what happened in the friendlies that we have played and other stuff to expect, let's quickly come down to Benin, because this weekend we'll also be having local matches, and we're having matches in the Nigeria National League as well as the Nigeria Professional Football League. For Bende Assurance, they are not playing today, they are playing tomorrow, and they are going to be at home against Crown SC. Yes, last time out we expected them to do very well away from home, but they got in front, but they couldn't hold on to the goal that they scored, and they conceded twice, and that also put a dent, in their performance so far. Away performances so far. So still looking for that first away win, but right now they are home. We hope that they're able to make it up, because all we want to see is that they are able to overtake Remo Stars, who are top of Group B2 at the moment. So 5 tomorrow. They'll be having their game, and you know that all their games are slated for 6 p.m. for those who want to go to the stadium to go and watch the game and support them. Then also tomorrow there will be a game between Abia Comets and table toppers Remo Stars. In the Northern Conference, 2 matches are slated for today. EFCC will take on Ekanemi at 4. Then Malumfashi will face Kogi United also today. So the other matches in the Northern Conference, quickly, you have UB Desert Stars who will take on Shekarau. Then also DMD will face ABS. That will be on Sunday. Then we have other matches as well as far as group Southern Conference is concerned. Gateway United will be at home to J Atete. Olia Rose will face Apex Crane. Then Inewe United will take on Ekiti United. Bayelsa will be at home to Ibom Youth. DMD will face Dynamite Force will be at home this time to Go Round FC. So these are some of the matches that we've got for you as far as the Nigeria National League is concerned. But we hope that Bender Insurance will be able to go out there and do us proud as they get set to face Crown FC of Ogbomoso. All right, so that's what we've got for you as far as that's concerned. Quickly, let's go take a look at the fixtures to expect in the Nigeria Professional Football League this weekend, because we'll also be looking forward to having beautiful games. Okay, while we search for that, let's okay, when we're able to get that, I'll give the fixtures to you. But notwithstanding, let's move abroad and talk European football. Yesterday, we had a couple of matches, though Republic of Ireland manager Stephen Kenny said he was so pleased by how his players responded to a kick in the teeth in their friendly win over Andorra. But looking at that fixture, one would expect Republic of Ireland to go ahead to do very well in that game, and also they did very well and they won. But the surprising one was Belgium versus Greece. Yes, they got in front, the Red Devils, but I expected them to get to finish or to add more because they're a free scoring side. I know one of their star players right now is really suffering from an injury, talking about Kevin De Bruyne, who got injured in the Champions League final. But all the same, they've got a couple of stars who can cover up for De Bruyne. But it was a friendly, and that game ended 1-1. But for Switzerland, they had the biggest results, beating Liechtenstein 7-0.
Well, for the Belgian national team, Kevin De Bruyne is likely to miss even the first match of the Euros, but hoping that he can become fit enough to play in the competition, even if he misses the first match, subsequent game. The Belgians, I think they are one of those that you might say contenders for the title. They got to the semi-final of the World Cup. The Euros didn't quite go as they wanted because I think they were eliminated by was it Wales now? I think it was Wales that eliminated Belgium at the last the Euros. So they would want to give it their all this time. They've got a very talented squad. Not that young anymore because many of them have matured. At the World Cup in 2014, I thought this was a tape to look out to, and also the same thing happened in the 2018 World Cup. But now I think many of them who are the golden generation will see this as perhaps the last opportunity to win something really big. Then maybe the 2022 World Cup will be their very last opportunity to win the World Cup before they start disappearing. Some will. I don't think Eden Hazard would be playing the World Cup after that, and then he will be around 36 or so. I don't know whether he will be fit enough to be playing at the World Cup. Same with Kevin De Bruyne and some other players in the national team. They will be in their mid-30s by the time the World Cup after 2022 will come up. That will be the 2026 World Cup that the United States will be co-hosting with Mexico and Canada. So this is a very good opportunity for them to go all out and do it. But the injury to Kevin De Bruyne, we hope that he will be back shortly. So for Puerto Rico, apart from the for Puerto Rico in the World Cup qualifiers, they also won 7-0 against Bahamas, which was a very emphatic result. Then Bolivia beat Venezuela 3-1. Uruguay and Paraguay played out a goalless draw. Then Nepal and defeated Chinese Taipei 2-0. We also had Austria beating Kuwait by 3-0. So these are some of the matches from the world of football. Then Turkey in the international friendly beat Moldova 2-0. Ukraine won Northern Ireland 0. And then Africa, we also had some friendlies. Algeria beats Mauritania 4-1.
All right, fixtures to expect today. Some of the friendlies: Latvia will take on Lithuania, Malta versus Kosovo, North Macedonia will face Kazakhstan, Spain taking on Portugal. That promises to be a tight one. Hungary will be at home to Cyprus, while we have Estonia taking on Finland. Okay, these are some of the matches to expect. And now let's talk about
the Nigerian Professional Football League.
Okay.
Abia Warriors will be playing against FC Fanyuba. Adama United versus Plateau United. Dakada FC will battle Lobby Stars. Rangers will take on MFM FC, while Heartland will play against Rivers United. Canopilas versus Eyimba. Katsina United will battle Nasarawa United. Kwara United versus Jigawa Golden Stars. Warri Wolves taking on Sunshine Stars, and Wiki Tourists will hosts Aqua United. All matches on Sunday.
Okay, Canopilas Eyimba International, Anayo Iwala, John Noble, as well as Ahmed Musa right now in the Super Eagles camp. So after the friendlies coming up to face each other in this blockbuster encounter, because
they will not be playing that game.
No, I'm talking about Anayo and John Noble are playing for Eyimba.
They are
currently there. Yeah, okay.
They will be discussing the match.
Over there.
But then it's going to be a very tough one. When you of course talk about Canopilas and of course Enyimba International. Canopilas are not the biggest team in the NPFL. Enyimba arguably are. But then when you have a fixture of this magnitude, you expect to see quality football. Enyimba, I'm sure they wouldn't want to go away from home and lose to Canopilas. Canopilas would of course want to go to Kaduna to try as much as possible to get 3 points off Enyimba. So it's going to be massive. So let's just see how it will work out at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium.
All right, let's move abroad. Let's talk about Alison Becker, set for contractors on goalkeeper Sanford return. Well, he has done well for them, but sometimes you have to ensure that your players their futures are secured in order for them not to be snapped away from you. So Liverpool intend to open talks with the goalkeeper when he returns to the club after the summer. For the Brazil international, is currently away preparing for the Copa America and is one of several players the club want to start negotiations with. Alisson joined the rest from Roma on a 6-year deal in 2018 for £66.8 million, and that made him the world's most expensive goalkeeper at the time, and he's gone on to win the Champions League and the Premier League. So
he's going to sign, except if Real Madrid are coming for him or if Barcelona are coming for him. But we know that Real Madrid have got Thibaut Courtois and Barcelona have got Andre Ter Stegen. So these are world-class goalkeepers, and even Atletico Madrid they've got Gianni. So I think he's going to stay. I don't think there is any club in the English Premier League now that he will want to join at the expense of Liverpool. So I believe that he's going to have a contract extension. But I've heard from very strong sources that either Mohamed Salah or Sadio Mane could be leaving. Maybe Sadio Mane, he wasn't happy towards the end of the season, the way he felt that Jurgen Klopp treated him. At one point, even publicly embarrassed Jurgen Klopp. I wasn't happy with that. If professionals should be acting better, no matter what, so long as the manager is coming to you in public, you should go to him. Whatever differences you have, you resolve it away from the prying eyes of the cameras. But we'll see what they do, how they put their team back in shape. They had a disappointing defense to their first EPL title, and they know now that Manchester City are still going to be there. They might even become stronger than they were this season. They can see clearly that Chelsea are going to become stronger. Arsenal may have had a disappointing season, but they were among the form team going into the last 3 days. I think Arsenal won their last 4 matches of the season. Yeah, so
they did not qualify for anything.
It doesn't matter. I'm just talking about the improvement. Remember, at the beginning of the season, we were almost halfway through the season. Pundits were talking about the real possibility of Arsenal being relegated. People were saying, they are not too good that they cannot be relegated. If they continue this way, they will be relegated. So it is a remarkable improvement for Arsenal, even though they did not qualify for Europe. They finished 8th, which was in the top half of the season. I know that's not where they want to be, but given how they were, some were in the season. I think we've got to look at their improvement. And maybe, look, when Leicester City won the English Premier League title in 2016, remember that in 2015, in the 2014-2015 season, they were almost relegated. Yeah, but the next season they won it. So do not be surprised, because Arsenal, yes, they were poor at one point. They were looking at real threat of relegation, but at the end of the season, they won their last 4 matches. They could carry that form into next season. And what I'm saying basically is that I believe Arsenal will improve next season. So Liverpool, they know that, look, it's not just between us and Manchester City. There's Chelsea to deal with. There is Manchester United to deal with. There could be Arsenal to deal with. So they've got to really improve. And first, they must sort out the futures of their players. Because when you have so many players, you are not sure of their future, you know. And with the injuries that they had last season, it was really, really terrible. So we'll see what they will do.
All right, confirmed right now, talking about Ronald Koeman. Then all we are still waiting for will be the news of Lionel Messi putting pen to paper. Although we hear that all that remains was that signature. So now that Aguero has settled in and Ronald Koeman's case is settled, if Lionel Messi stays, then they could fight for the first La Liga title under Ronald Koeman.
Yes, there's good news about Lionel Messi, though not from Lionel Messi's camp, from the camp of Sergio Aguero. Aguero's father came out to lambast Pep Guardiola, saying that he was shedding crocodile tears, you know, the day his son Sergio Aguero played his last game for Manchester City. But then in between the line, he also said that he's sure Lionel Messi will stay at the club. I mean, Aguero may have told him something for him to come out that, you know, very much to say that Lionel Messi will stay at Barcelona. So we're looking at Lionel Messi most likely staying at Barcelona. Well, Laporta has also said talks are going well. And if you hear something like that from a president of a club, it means there's something in the offing. If Lionel Messi does not want to stay, I'm sure Laporta would have come out to say that, okay, well, looks like he's not going to stay. But then there are early signs, indications here and there that Lionel Messi most likely will start an extension. We don't know how many years, but we're sure that hopefully maybe he will spend the next 2 years or maybe 1 year at Barcelona. For Ronald Koeman, many Barcelona fans are not happy at this point in time about this very decision. It's something that they feel like Ronald Koeman should not be at Barcelona. They feel Ronald Koeman is below the standard of Barcelona. A lot of people say, yes, he played for Barca, no doubt about that. But you look at Ronald Koeman, is it the man for the job? They have this very strong resentment towards Ronald Koeman's way of coaching, especially looking at the fact that last season Miralem Pjanic, he had issues with not playing the young man after he was signed from Juventus, and then the rest. So let's see, it's still very much dicey at this point in time. For Koeman, he's got to win the La Liga title, or he's out of the club, or at least get the Champions League.
All right, it's time to talk tennis before we go over to the United States to look at the basketball results and talk about the reigning champions being eliminated from the playoff series. Yesterday, the big guys at the Roland Garros all made it through to the next round. Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, and Rafael Nadal. They are all through to the third round. Are we going to see one of these guys? Maybe I expect one of them to leave the title, but I can't say who to be in the finals.
It's crazy. Look, as a fan of Roger Federer, I'm happy that he's still playing at 39.
Yeah.
I'm happy that, well, he's still there, so he's got a chance of winning the Grand Slam, even though I know that the clay is not his strongest surface. I am happy as a fan, somebody who adores tennis, that Rafael Nadal is still there, is still doing great things. I'm happy that Novak Djokovic is still there, is still winning. But for crying out loud, these guys are, the youngest of them is Novak Djokovic, and he's 33 now, I think. And look, this guy started winning Grand Slams in their teens. Rafael Nadal started winning in his teens. He was still a teenager when he won his first Grand Slam. So you're wondering what is happening with Dominic Thiem. He won one Grand Slam, and since he won that Grand Slam, the US Open, he's basically disappeared. He lost in the first round of the French Open, even though clay is one of his strongest surfaces. He was too set to love up, and he still lost. You look at Alexander Zverev. He blows hot and cold. Yeah, he beats Federer today, beats Nadal tomorrow, beats Djokovic another time, and he's unable to go past the semi-final of the Grand Slams. You look at Stefanos Tsitsipas, Greek wizard, coming up and all that, but he gets to the final of a Grand Slam, he's beaten. You look at Danny Medvedev, the same thing, gets to the final, beaten by Nadal, even if he fights back, comes from 2 sets to love and everything. But there's still nothing is happening in men's tennis as far as I'm concerned. You look at the women. Look at when was the last time Serena Williams has been trying desperately to win her 24th Grand Slam. But so many other young women coming up. Iga Swiatek won she's the defending champion of the French Open. Ashley Barty, she's out through injury, but you can tell what she can do. She's one of the potential. Even this lady's name, that the girl that used to be number one.
Simona Halep.
Simona Halep. Yeah. She's not. At one point we were thinking, Simona Halep is going to dominate, but Naomi Osaka came, and Naomi Osaka has already won 4 Grand Slams. There's this other girl, the black girl from the United States of America, not Coco Gauff, the other one. There's another one. Sloane Stephens. Sloane Stephens has already also won a Grand Slam. So you are wondering what's happening with the men. Why is it that it's only Dominic Thiem of all of them? Apart from when you look at this other guy, apart from Andy Murray and the other Swiss guy,
Stanislas
Wawrinka. The only other person that has won the Grand Slam, apart from Dominic Thiem, who was the last, is the guy that Federer beat yesterday, Marin Cilic. You know, he only won the 2014 US Open title. So you are wondering what's happening with these new guys in tennis, and that's why, unfortunately, fortunately for some of us who are their fans, these 3 guys will keep dominating. Because I don't see in the women's game. You see what's happening, and you will notice that all those ladies that are above 30, most times by the first or second round of a Grand Slam, they are all out. So you know that it's going to be one of the new generation who is going to win. But we are almost getting to the semi-final, and the 3 biggest names in tennis are still there. Roger Federer is just returning after a long injury layoff, but he's through to the 3rd round. And with the way he's playing, you wonder if there's any one of these new guys that can beat him. So I don't know, honestly, but it's really disappointing. It's exciting that the old guard, they are still there, but it is disappointing that these new guys have not been able to step up to them. Really, really disappointing.
All right, finally, let's talk basketball. We know the Lakers, they are out, and no chance to groin injury to Anthony Davis. They lost their Game 6 this early hours of today, 113 to 100 points. I followed that game up till about 3 p.m. But all the same, for LeBron James, he scored 29 points for the Lakers, and who are the first defending champions to lose at this stage since the San Antonio Spurs in 2015. But somehow that is
also the first time in his career that he's willing to go beyond the first round of the playoff. Really disappointing, but look, there's so much that a man can do. He can't do everything alone. The moment Anthony Davis got injured, you just knew that it was a problem, because without Anthony Davis, LeBron James carried them, but they didn't even make the playoff in his first season there. But then they bought AD and things started improving. But unfortunately for them, he got injured. So they've really got to improve. They've got to rebuild if they want to reestablish that legacy that they had when you had the likes of Karim Abdul-Jabbar, the likes of Magic Johnson, the likes of Kobe Bryant playing for them. They've got to really invest and bring on some really important players into the team. Beaten by the Phoenix Suns 113 points to 100. Really disappointed. They're out 4-2. We also had Denver Nuggets, who defeated Portland Trailblazers 126 points to 115, and then Denver Nuggets won the series 4-2. Damian Lillard of Portland Trailblazers got 28 points, 4 rebounds and 13 assists, while Nikola Jokic of Denver got 36 points, 8 rebounds and 6 assists. So a good one for Denver Nuggets, advancing to the next round. And later today we'll have LA Clippers taking on Dallas Mavericks, and Milwaukee Bucks versus Brooklyn Nets.
All right, there's the matches to expect and the ones that we have played earlier of this morning. And let's
Milwaukee Bucks versus Brooklyn Nets will be the first game of the semi-finals. Yeah.
But for
LA Lakers and Dallas.
Clippers and
LA
Dallas.
Clippers.
3-2.
LA Lakers. Yeah, the Dallas Mavericks are
leading 3-2.
3-2.
So a win for Clippers will take them to first game.
If they win, then they will likely to have. There will still be Los Angeles interest in the playoff, but if they lose, then they are put out.
Let's look at the test series.
Okay. See which ones we've got here. Winning last 4 games and finishing 8 is shameful for Arsenal. Not an improvement as long as Kroenke and Arteta are still there. Arsenal, no hope. I am Godwin Ibrahim. Well, Godwin Ibrahim, so if you listened to the way I put it, the context in which I made that statement, of course, finishing 8 for Arsenal cannot be an improvement. It's horrible. But I was saying that looking at where they were coming from, the fact that pundits were saying, look, Arsenal could be relegated. You know, of course, it's really bad, but looking at how they finished, that's what I was saying. And I made reference to how Leicester City were almost relegated the previous season, but then the next season, they won the camp. So you could look at, as they say, you could look at the cup as being half full or half empty. I mean, I'm here to look at it as it's half full. So there is something that Arsenal can build on. Good morning, Alex by name. Oga Egosa, the Super Eagles game is 7:30, not 8:30. Yeah, I think I've seen somewhere that it's going to be 7:30 p.m. Good morning, guys. Happy cold weather. Thank you. Thank you, Oga Ibrahim, for believing in my team, Arsenal. Okay, later you people will say I hate Arsenal. Good morning, guys. Arsenal won their last 5 matches actually, so congratulations. Also had the second highest numbers of points since Christmas behind City. EU from Ugbo. Yeah, so that's I understand that with Arsenal they should be doing more. But looking at where they were coming from, I mean, winning your last 5 matches, the number of points and everything. Let's hope that they improve on that next season.
All right, let's take one.
Why is it hard for? Okay, I think we took this one yesterday. Hello, good morning, Oga Ibrahim Egosa and CJ the Maestro. I just want to wish the Super Eagles good luck in their friendly games against Cameroon today. Also, it's sad that LA Lakers are out of the playoff, and I wish them better luck next time. Keep up the good job, sirs. Thanks. Hassan texting from Ugbo, University of Benin, Ugbo.
All right, that's the much you can take on the show this morning, but don't worry. In the evening, we are going to take more of your messages when we return for the evening edition. But before we go, let's take the final whistle on the show this morning.
I just feel like it was a misunderstanding on many levels. I don't feel like I was playing particularly slow. I always feel like I don't make my opponents wait very much, but clearly Marin wanted to go faster. I didn't realize that. I told him I also haven't played so much lately that I am not quite understanding the rhythm, and I guess I'm just new to the new tour. It was quite interesting to live through it. It got a little energy to the match, which I liked. 20-time Grand Slam champion Roger Federer reacting after he had a strong argument with umpire Emmanuel Joseph during his French Open win over Marin Cilic. And that's the final whistle of Sports Festa this morning. You were pointing out something? Hold on.
Yes, that was the Super Eagles handle saying the match is
that's the Super Eagles Twitter handle.
Yes,
okay. All right. I think that's the official one, and that's what we will go. But I've also seen in some other places that the match is going to be at 7:30.
All right, guys, that's the much we can take. Many thanks to you for being part of the show, and to my strike partners for doing this with me. We'll see you guys at 4. Until then, have a lovely day ahead, and bye-bye.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City. Or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
For yourself, oh, this no be the one you go take only ear here, oh. You must take your eyes see so that you self go enjoy what the other people they enjoy. Uyi Technica, the generator headquarter where they make everybody enjoy generators of all sizes and models for affordable price. Whether not the small one for barber shop or I've been a big Perkins generator for factory and big building. Uyi Technica, the place for generators, spare parts, grinding machine, pepper mill, and others. Mention the name and size of generator where you want. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. For the kind of money where they your pocket. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. Come take your eyes see for the generator headquarters. Uyi Technica, 7981 and 83 Mission Road, Benin City, and all other Uyi Technical branches. Uyi Technica, affordable products for everybody jollification.
The place and it brighten. Make everybody they wonder. Waiting because I'll be shining. Lush hair, lush hair. Long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair, lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. I wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
1xBet, oh, 1xBet. Everyone agrees that 1xBet is the favorite bookie because of the highest odds, fast deposits, ability to sell slips, bet insurance, and more. What's even more exciting about 1xBet is that you can make money from things like virtual games, basketball, horse racing, and more. Log on to 1xBet.ng to register, and don't forget to use the promo code RadioWin and get 200% bonus on your first deposit. 1xBet, bet for every taste.
92.7 KUFM.
From Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM News Update.
It's 9 a.m. Good morning and welcome to KUFM's News Update. I am Godslove Orlando. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammed, has asked the National Assembly to alter the Constitution to mandate the National Judicial Commission, NJC, to fix and review judges' salaries every 4 years. The CJN made this submission in the paper he presented as recommendations of the judiciary on the occasion of the National Public Hearing by Senate Committee on review of the 1999 Constitution held in Abuja on Thursday. And elsewhere, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, has said the information technology sector has saved the country over 22.4 billion naira through measures created to curtail corruption. He said this on Thursday while addressing journalists at the All Progressives Congress Professional Forum at the party's headquarters in Abuja. Military authorities have dispelled rumors of mass compulsory retirement of senior military officers following the appointment of the new Chief of Army Staff, Major General Farouk Yahaya. The acting director of Defense Media Operations, Brigadier General Bernard Onyuko, faulted the claim at a press conference on Thursday at the Defense Headquarters in Abuja. He added that retirement is only on a voluntary basis for senior officers who desire to do so. Chairman, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, Bolaji Bolaji Owasonye on Thursday asked the Code of Conduct Bureau (CCB) to publish assets declared by public and civil servants in order to curb corruption in the public sector. And speaking in a meeting with the chairman and board members of CCB, Owasonye noted that the secrecy shrouding assets declaration by public and civil servants was aiding corruption. He said publicizing asset declaration will assist the whistleblowing policy and our work. In Ondo State, a school attendant has been released few hours after some gunmen hijacked a school bus and abducted the staff of the private school on Thursday morning in the state. The gunmen at about 6:30 a.m. on Thursday abducted her and hijacked the private school bus in Obaile Estate of Akure North local government area of the state. The spokesperson of the Ondo State Police Command, DSP Tilio Ikoro, while addressing journalists, also confirmed that the attendant has been released. And finally, on News Update at 9, the Governing Board of the National Examinations Council, NECO, has approved the appointment of Ebi Kibiana Ogborodi as the acting registrar and chief executive of the council. Aziz Sani, who is the head of Information and Public Relations Division of the council, announced this in a statement on Thursday in Niger State. He said the appointment followed the death of the registrar, Professor Godswill Obioma, on Monday, 1st of June 2021, after a brief illness. And that's KUFM's News Update at 9. I am God's Love Orlando. Up next is Stockham. Stay with us.
Yes, I won it. Oh my gosh. Guys, since I joined BigBet, I've been cashing out steadily. You don't mean it. Look at you. Let me tell you, they offer bigger odds, 315% accumulator bonus, got one bonus, and you can even cash out anytime, whether in the shops or online. They also have the best virtual games and jackpots. You see, they even pay winnings instantly. Guy, choose bigger rewards. Visit www.biggiebet.com to claim your 120% welcome bonus now. BigGiebet. Bigger reward, big.
All the programs on KU 92.7 are now open for sponsorship and advert placements. For sponsorship and advert placements, call now for inquiries 070-380-50243 or 080-8877-3644 or visit KUFM Marketing Office located at the top floor of the Enterprise Foundation Building, number 62, Ihama Road, Benin City, Edo State. 92.7 KUFM is your business growth partner.
What's up? Back to the beats. Back to the beats. Turn on excitement.
I want to show you, Nano. Yeah, you don't need delay.